Oh, hello, this is Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The goal of my channel is to introduce you to my fast cooking system that make home cooking efficient, tasty, fun, but last but not the least, healthy. This video demonstrates a chicken and broccoli dish to serve with a spaghetti pasta noodles in a form like a lo mein. In addition to the chicken, this dish also has 3 different kinds of vegetables. It starts out with broccoli and is followed by white button mushroom, and then finally it also contains cherry tomatoes. This not only makes the dish tasty but also healthy. For making the lo mein, I used to use traditional Asian noodles. My friend Jim told me that he always used spaghetti noodles, so I decided I would give it a try. It turned out great and it's definitely more convenient. I'm going to use my Cook Standard 13-inch stainless steel wok to cook this dish. I'm going to use my spot seasoning method to create a non-stick cook surface. One of the primary attributes of my fast cooking system is advanced prepping. Through advanced prepping, I can have chicken anytime I want. You can take a look at this video how I prep my chicken. I used about 8 ounces of chicken to cook this dish. I first coat the chicken with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I use a pair of tongs to spread out the chicken on the surface of the wok. I then shallow fry the chicken for about 30 seconds on both sides to create a slight crispy texture. The chicken is now about 50% done. I next add the broccoli to the dish, and the chicken will finish cooking when the broccoli is ready. I'm going to cook the chicken and the broccoli together since this is a relatively simple chicken and vegetable dish. It's important to stir fry the content rapidly because you want to make sure that the broccoli is coated with oil. If there's not enough oil, add just a little bit more. For the next step, I'm going to switch to the water-based stir frying technique by adding a small amount of water at a time. This will lower the temperature of the wok and to prevent the food from burning. But the temperature is still going to be high enough that it will create flavor molecule on the surface of the food ingredients. This is different from steaming because you notice that there is no water sitting at the bottom of the wok. Adding the white mushroom at this stage of cooking will prevent the mushroom from overcook. I add the mushroom at this later stage because I prefer my mushroom to be firm. I continue to add more water, but at this point I start to add more and more water because I'm going to start the steaming process. Steaming is the best way to soften the texture of the vegetables. And next step, I'm going to season this dish with oyster sauce. I add about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and you can add more or less depending on how you like it. At this stage, I start to add more water to the area that the ingredients that might have stuck and burned to the surface of the wok. This actually will help clean the wok as well as create a light sauce. The final ingredients to go into the dish is some cherry tomatoes. By adding the cherry tomatoes toward the final stage of cooking, it will keep them with a fresh taste. And the dish is done and ready to serve. And the total cook time of this dish is a little bit over 5 minutes. This is a relatively simple dish, and the time to get the broccoli cooked match very nicely with the remaining time that I need to get the chicken cooked properly. Using this method, in fact, all the ingredients in the dish are cooked to their optimum texture, at least the way how I like them. Both the chicken and the broccoli is about the right texture, how I like them. For the lo mein, I'm going to use spaghetti pasta noodles. I first put the noodles in the microwave and warm it up for about 30 minutes. The pasta noodles was cooked in advance and was stored in the refrigerator. I used a pair of tongs to tease them apart. I add the noodle directly to the same wok without washing the wok, and I turn the heat to low. I add a little bit of water to the noodle if they appear to be too dry. And when I store noodles like this in the refrigerator, they will last for about 1 week. In addition to use these noodles in lo mein, I also use them as a pan-fried noodles as well as in noodle soups. I'm going to season the noodle first with a few drops of sesame oil. And then I season the noodle with some mushroom seasonings. However, this is completely optional. I further season the noodles with some oyster sauce, but you can use soy sauce if you don't have that. And finally, I add some chopped scallions to the noodle. Then I use my pair of tongs to mix everything together. This is a very simple but delicious way to make lo mein, because you can adjust the flavor exactly how you like it. Here, in a couple of minutes, you create for yourself a very nice lo mein, and I'm going to serve the chicken and broccoli dish right over them. You might not have made lo mein like this before, but this is very simple and it's truly delicious. Furthermore, you can adjust the flavor independently of the dish that you are serving with the lo mein. For example, a friend of mine liked to add sriracha sauce over the lo mein, whereas my son would love to mix it in with a Chinese dark vinegar. And then, of course, you can create whatever toppings that you want to make to go over the lo mein. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more video of this kind, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post a new video every day. Hopefully you will find new ideas to make your home cooking fun, sustainable, and healthy. I'll see you tomorrow.